Mr. Nobody. In a quiet, forgettable town tucked between two nameless hills, there lived a man no one really noticed. His name was Mr. Nobody. He had no family, no friends, and no history anyone could remember. He worked odd jobs sweeping floors, fixing fences, and sometimes just sitting silently with those who needed company. He never asked for much in return, just enough to eat and somewhere to sleep. People said he was ordinary, but he wasn't. One morning, a young boy named Sam woke up crying. His beloved dog, Rusty, had gone missing. The townsfolk offered their condolences but were too busy to help search. Except Mr. Nobody, he nodded quietly and left without a word. The next day, as Sam wandered the streets, Mr. Nobody appeared at the edge of the woods with Rusty trotting beside him. The dog wagged its tail like it had never been lost. Sam ran to hug Rusty, tears streaming down his face. "How did you find him?" Sam asked. "I just listened," Mr. Nobody replied with a faint smile. Word spread, and soon people began to notice Mr. Nobody. When the town's only bridge washed out in a storm, he was the first to gather wood and rebuild it. When Mrs. Harper's garden wilted, he tended to it until it bloomed again. Still, no one knew much about him. Whenever they asked, he'd shrug and say, "I'm nobody special." One evening, as the town prepared for its annual festival, the mayor announced a surprise. "This year, we honor someone who has done so much for us all. Mr. Nobody, please step forward." But when they looked for him, he was gone. In his place was a note written in neat, small letters. "I've done my part, as we all must. Take care of each other now. Love, Nobody." The townsfolk felt a strange emptiness, but also a spark of something new. They began helping one another, fixing fences, planting gardens, and listening when someone needed an ear. Though Mr. Nobody vanished, his presence lingered in the kindness they shared. And in a town where no one remembered his face, everyone remembered his heart.